Hey, what's up, guys? Trent Hart here. Coming at you with some more Valorant gameplay. I know it's been a little while since we've done any sort of competitive play on this game, since we have the Dead Space remake that we are working on. I deeply apologize for not being available the past 2 nights. I could murder my internet providers, but we're good now, and we'll hopefully be good for the foreseeable future. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Peacemaker. Glad to see you both on here. But we're just gonna jump right into it. We will still be ending the stream at 1. I know we started an hour late. That's because I had some family stuff going on. But we'll see if we can't get at least a couple wins, maybe. I'm warmed up. Was feeling pretty good, so we'll find out.
What's going on, bro?
How's it going?
Oh, you peek my Smurf, bro? Ugh.
Bro, yeah, pretty dog shit, not gonna lie.
Damn, man, I try my best to be dog shit.
You know, I'm gay, so if you want to suck me off, I'm down for it.
Hey, yo.
I mean, I'll suck you off if you're not, like, you know, if you're not
Yo!
Guys, I'm really bad. Who do I play?
Oh, God.
Man, you can play whatever you want, my boy.
You never know what you're gonna get in these lobbies, I swear.
What does that mean?
It means I'm gay, bro. It's all sucking my
And we are back. Yeah.
Do we need smokes?
My brain game is big. Now, fuck smokes. Who fucking plays that shit anymore? You feel me? Anyways, Cypher, I'm gonna suck you off so good you don't understand, bro.
What a great first view for me for this community. It's the League of Legends community plus the CSGO community, man. I'm not really sure what the expectation was. Maybe you didn't know that, though. I'll benefit of the doubt. Maybe you didn't know those were the two communities that were bleeding together here.
You never had sloppy top from a real man?
GG for me, probably.
Imagine a grapefruit technique.
I don't know. It always seems to me like the ones who talk like this are always the ones who are fucking cracked at the game. So we'll see. Give me some water. Would hope if I didn't miss my mouth. Jesus. Supposed to drink it, not wear it. Not for iron. Fair enough. Nah, I mean, our jet was plat last season, man. I don't know.
Leon, what was that meal you made earlier? It was good.
I didn't, but I did set the bar low. Well, let's see how the game plays. My first real look at this game.
Cypher, bring that ass here,
if you have any familiarity with CSGO, it is similar to CSGO as far as the aiming aspect and like the overall
best believe that.
like style of gameplay, but with abilities as well.
Guys,
so maybe like a blend between that and Overwatch is a good way to look at it.
What are you guys doing?
Bro, I'm trying to have oral fellatio on his cock.
Bro puts water everywhere except his mouth, pretty much, man. It's on my shirt. It's on my shorts.
Tastes like one sometimes.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, what did you mean by grapefruit technique?
Yeah, so the grapefruit technique, I use my tongue instead. You feel me? Because I got a longer
like, what
tongue.
do you mean though? What's the grapefruit?
You never had?
Oh, come on,
peek. Look up grapefruit technique, my boy.
Take this. I'm out of here.
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, that omen's cracked. Bro, it's a Chuck Jug. Hey, KJ, what's up, man? Get the bunkers ready. KJ's coming in. KJ, I'm glad to see you on stream, man. You messaged me saying you wouldn't be able to join the live, so I didn't know how long that would be for.
Bro, I dashed into his
Spike down A. Last player standing.
So they're both there. There's none playing.
Yeah, we just got yanked on.
Revealing area.
Oh, their omen is nuts. I can already tell. He plays like my buddy plays omen.
Oh, wait.
And my buddy's really good at omen.
It's fine.
Oh, when you found out that I had no internet, you were so happy because you wouldn't miss the stream.
Gotta go.
I'm glad someone was happy. I was not. I use the hotspot on my phone to do a couple of things, but like I couldn't edit shorts. I couldn't like play hardly anything. I played some like phone games for like 48 hours straight. Ah, someone's up in the kitchen?
Last player standing.
I can't believe I missed space, but yeah. I mean, you can go watch the VOD. I thought the Harry Potter one was today. No, that's Tuesday, which after this game, I'll talk a little bit more about that because I've gotten some new information about release times specifically. So, oh, that's not what I wanted.
Go, go, go.
No Kizav.
No kizzy.
Brrrah.
Keep up.
Here, I'm gonna fake arrow A. Cause I'm a piece of shit.
Enemy
Oh, he
spotted
reconnected.
B. I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Got it, the Jag.
I can't see a damn thing. Oh, why is there jet behind us?
Reloading.
My
Okay.
bad.
I need a heal, bro.
Spike drop.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can't see a damn thing. Oh, that Phantom. 80 on Omen. Yeah, I'm still planning on doing 24-hour stream. It's just the times are going to be different because
Speak faster.
the Portkey Games or Warner Bros. Games,
Can I get
whoever's
some
making the
help here,
decisions
bro?
here,
Gangbang like a McChicken
is
out here,
doing a separate release time for console players and a separate release time for PC players. So
boy. Wait, what? How did that?
the time that the stream will start is just going to be
That's my
different.
duo, that's why.
Bro, I'm gonna duo your butthole and your mouth with these cocks. Feel me?
Oh,
We're not getting any like useful comms here, so we're just gonna.
Guys,
What the hell is my team on? Well, now they're muted, so they're officially on nothing that I need to be concerned about. You know what?
Gotta go.
I feel like I was losing brain cells. Maybe now that
This is
they're
gonna be
muted,
fun.
it'll be better.
Go, go, go. Shortcut.
Oh, let me up.
Healer down.
Oh yeah.
I'm out of here. Gotta go.
Oh my god, I can't get the kill. 104 on fade.
One enemy remaining.
You feel yours growing back already? Yeah, pretty much, man. It's like an instantaneous relief.
Toxins going up.
It's all good. We're just getting through the first game jitters. We'll
Okay,
pick it up here
we
in a
know the
minute.
drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
Right here.
We're gonna say, oh, never mind. I'm gonna pick up this Vandal. That's fine. I love Harry Potter, dude. I'm so excited. I really haven't watched any gameplay footage. They did a release announcement trailer a few days ago, and I watched it, and the graphics look really good for a Harry Potter game.
No trace of them.
I will probably put a poll out to see what house you all think I should join, though, because I'm a little torn.
Go, go, go. Coming.
Oh,
Toxins going up.
Ravenclaw. If I can pick if I was picking the house and I wasn't looking at any viewer input, like normally I'd go Gryffindor. That's just the house I associate the most with. But I was gonna go for Slytherin because I kinda want to play this overly ambitious dark wizard.
Enemy spotted B.
Toxins going up.
That's what's in my head because I found out that you can use the 3 unforgivable curses. I found out that like you can make certain decisions for your character that are different alignments, basically. And I'm like, it'd be cool to be an evil wizard because you don't have that option in any other Harry Potter
One
game.
enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Plus, I'd never play evil anything.
Toxins going up.
Reloading.
Right. No, it's not even that it's the evil house. It's that evil and ambition a lot of times go hand in hand.
Toxin screen
And like, who's gonna be an evil Ravenclaw? What are they gonna do? Overanalyze you to death? Come on.
I'm out of here.
And Hufflepuffs ain't doing anything. The fuck?
Go, go, go.
But I'm curious, like, if, because I know that you are coming in as a 5th-year student. So I don't know how, like, the sorting hat will work, if you get sorted into a house or if you get to pick. I'm unsure.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Ah, there's
Go,
a
go.
fucking wall.
Enemy spotted A.
Ah,
One down. My ultimate is ready.
I don't like Harry Potter. KJ, you should try to like Harry Potter.
Lock in sight.
Poison orb emitting.
But, like, in fairness, I understand. I don't like Star Wars. It's not that I don't like Star Wars. I have very minimal exposure to Star Wars. Oh, I think being the evil of any other house would be funny. I think so, too. I'm curious how they will resolve that with the lore of Hogwarts. Well, see, here's the cool thing, at least from everything I've heard from, like, Asmongold and whatnot about, like, their perspective on the game, is it takes place, it sounds like, in the 1800s. So way before like the modern established lore. I just don't know like how it's going to pair up with the, if there'll be any connection with events that took place, or if it's going to be more of a like open way for you to build your own story. You know what I mean?
Smart move.
There we go.
My ult's ready. Coming through. I'm out of here. Gun here.
Face your fear!
Nope. I don't know where I was getting shot from, but nope.
Last player
Ah,
standing.
too many people. No, I'd rather watch Star Wars because it has a freaking green alien that's 1 million years old and a freaking baby that's 200 years old.
Kill my ally. Planted.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. I don't know. It just never connected, man. I saw one Star Wars movie all the way through. The rest of them I tried and I just couldn't. And the one that I saw all the way through was literally because I spent money to go to the theater to see it with a group of friends, and that was Rogue One. And I wish I hadn't spent the money. I like Subway with butter chicken. Same. Yeah, but School from the Beginning has a book that predicts and sees who gets to come to Hogwarts from my recollection. I haven't read the books in so long. I don't actually remember those details. Like, I don't think I've read the books in over 10 years. It's been a while.
Your backs. Just, you know, from the
I have
front.
money if you need.
Need a drop. I'm out of here.
One, bruh, yeah, sorry, man. Like, it's not... The coolest part about Star Wars for me was the lightsabers. Like, and lightsabers are cool, but, like, you know. Not a big fan of either, but I get the appeal of the worlds. Yeah, fair enough. I'm impressed with how
Watch this.
big of a fan base both have, and, like, how much people know about the worlds that, like, wouldn't normally know shit about anything, you know what I mean?
Go, go, go.
Oh my god, 143.
One enemy remaining.
Unbelievable. Star Wars is too war heavy and Harry Potter is too school heavy for me. I felt the same way about Harry Potter until like the last movie, basically, when they got
I'm over
out of the school, you know. Last movie, last book. But it then divulges into a war arc, so, you know. Gotta remember, as almost outsold the Bible, it's getting close. If another Harry Potter book came out, I'm pretty sure it would be the highest selling book of all time.
The hunt begins.
I'm out of here. Ooh. Spike drop. Take this. Gotta go.
Oh, man. These guys are all over the place. I'm really glad my team's doing well, because I am so not. I love the War of Stars. Yeah. I want to like Star Wars. Like, I love nerdy shit. But, like, sci-fi is just not... It's not in my wheelhouse for the most part. Like... Star Trek never really set in.
One enemy remaining.
I like sci-fi horror games like Dead Space, and I'd probably play like a sci-fi game, but I can't just watch a bunch of sci-fi movies. It's not in me.
Last player standing.
I've survived much worse than you.
I think the worlds of both are great, but the focus of both aren't my thing. They're both chosen one stories. I can agree with that. That's why I really liked the Fantastic Beasts series for Harry Potter, is it was less chosen one and more just I'm a guy who gets into trouble and tries to solve trouble at the same time, you know. Star Wars, I don't know if it ever divulges from that. It always seemed to maintain that from my understanding.
Hold them under.
Gun here.
Get out of my way.
Scanning ahead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Put down.
Gotta go. This way. Someone's in attacker spawn.
Oh, why is the spike all the way back there? Bunch of nerds.
Back off.
I still get hit by the decay, but that's okay. Oh god.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
There were 3 of them there.
One enemy remaining.
Scanning ahead.
I like the white powder stuff. Fair enough. There's some great series in Star Wars like Mondo, as it's more of a space western than it is a Star Wars story. Gotcha. Which is when Star Wars is at its best. Fair enough.
Try something.
KJ, I appreciate all the weapons, man.
Gotta go. Go, go, go.
Like I said, I would like to get into Star Wars. My whole thing is, like, if I'm going to get into Star Wars, I'm going to have to get into all of Star Wars, because I'm a pretty much an all or nothing guy for the most part. And yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
This way. I'm out of here.
Spike down A.
Oh my goodness, I can't get a kill. It's just not gonna happen for me. I'm letting my team down. I'm more curious if we will get to customize our wands. Yeah, I'm curious if you'll get to customize your
Last
wands,
player standing.
or if it's gonna be like one of those, you get 3 choices, you
Last
pick,
round
or you
in
get
the
like
half.
3 sets of 3 choices, you pick one of 3 each time, and you end up with whatever one correlates with those 3 choices for your character, like personality traits or whatever. Bro's getting carried. I am getting carried, but it's okay. I want to get a gun. I like the fact that gun ownership is an available thing here. I think that we probably could do a better job at regulating some of it, but that's a very fine line for a lot of people.
Watch out! You will not kill my allies! Reloading.
Spike carrier killed.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
There we go.
The spike.
Last player standing.
Ah,
Spike
come on.
down B.
I got the spike.
Thirty seconds left.
Ah, she went all the way around. Damn. For all the
Switching
kangaroos
sides.
that come to your house, I can give you a shotgun.
We get a pick, we move in.
I think
Got it?
kangaroos might beat shotgun, man. I don't know.
I'm out of here.
Kiwis, yes. Kiwis, you're right. How could I forget? You're right. They're not kangaroos, they're kiwis.
Go, go, go!
Do I know if the game will be just 1 year of school, or do I think it'll be the last couple of years? I would like to hope it would be the last couple of years if they're going to have 100 hours worth of gameplay, but I haven't heard anything one way or the other.
Take this! Watch out! This!
Well,
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Not jack.
haha. Give me that.
If you lose focus, you die. Breathe when it's over.
I hope that they end up doing I hope they end up doing the last, let's see, year 5, so the last couple of years there. So was that 3 years in total, I think. I wouldn't count on it, is what I will say.
Multiple enemies B. Enemy spotted B. Go, go, go! Gotta go!
Someone is B. Foolish. Reloading.
Ooh, your ass is
One
grass,
enemy
Jet.
remaining.
Reloading.
Fair. I think it's smart to be far before or after Harry Potter rather than making one of the books into a game. Absolutely. They've already made all the books into games. That's my thing. I don't think anyone would be as excited if this was just another retelling of the book story. It's also nice that they don't have to tie themselves to any lore from the mainstream books. They will still have to cater to some of the lore that was established pre-Harry Potter. But there's also not as much information about that, so they have a little bit more breathing room where the fan base isn't going to lose their minds if it's not 100% accurate, because there's nothing for it to be compared to, you know?
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
Reloading.
My My camera is destroyed.
I'm gonna get dinner BRB. Sounds good, KJ.
Spike spotted.
Flawless.
Nice.
That was clean. Keep it up.
The world is clear to be a part of,
I
to
can't
watch,
see them yet.
than to watch from predetermined story. I may have already read that. Yeah, I'm glad. What I'm curious about, what I want to see, because there are very few games that actually do a good job of this, is how much your actions dictate the story. I hope that you can shape the entirety of the story with your actions. I hope it's not just stupid things like just dialogue. I would love it to be on a Baldur's Gate level of being able to shape the world by your actions.
I'm out of here.
Take flight.
Enemy spotted B.
Aiming up.
One enemy remaining.
I'm out of here.
Spike spotted B.
Nice.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
All right, a live local room. I think we'll have a lot of the same ghosts, though. I would love to have the same ghosts. I want there to be nods to the original series. Like, it'd be cool if there's a Weasley as a professor, for example. It would be cool if there was, like, I don't know, like, just nods to some of the bloodlines that we already know.
Revealing area.
I'm okay with that. I just don't want there to be any story-driven aspects that are determined by the Harry Potter book series.
Face your fear! Watch out!
120. I cannot finish off these kills. I wish I had your team enemy Reyna's hacking. Enemy Reyna in your game? I'm sorry, man. True up so as well. Dialogue is only as awful. Might as well control as safe. It doesn't matter. Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. Like, I would rather you go ahead and say that, like, the only choices that matter are how I complete the game, not anything involving storyline, dialogue, etc. And go ahead and make my character what you envisioned it, since I don't get to have my vision. But don't, like, give me false hope by just giving me dialogue options. Like, that's stupid as hell.
Gotta go!
I hope that they take... I'd be fine if they literally copy-pasted Larian's system of letting you use different personality traits and character traits to determine your responses to dialogue. And those responses dictate what occurs in the world. Like, can I persuade an evil wizard to let me join them as an ally? If I have that level of functional diversity in gameplay, I'm happy. But I also worry that they're going to make it like where you have to be good aligned, even though they've got the 3 curses in there.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
There we go.
Go, go, go! Shocking! Running shocking! Gotta go!
Where?
I've tried explosions.
Well, we win.
Not the fan.
Defenders win.
Let's go. That's 1 win under our belt, even though we did not deserve it at all. So, real quick, guys, before we jump into another game. So initially I had said that we were going to start the stream at midnight on the 7th. They announced either yesterday or the day before that for PC, the game will actually not be released until 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're still going to do a 24-hour stream, but it's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard instead of 12 a.m. Eastern Standard. Which is kind of a good thing in actuality. More people who like work and stuff like that aren't gonna miss as much with it starting later like that. But we'll end up starting the stream at 1 p.m. I'm going to adjust the stream time and everything. You don't have a clue on what I'm saying. That's okay. The stream is going to start for the 24-hour Harry Potter stream at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be... let's see. If it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, it's 4:30 where you are. So that puts you... what, 18 hours ahead of me, I think. Yeah. So it would be... that would be 7 o'clock a.m. your time? I think that's right. So it'd be 7 a.m. on Wednesday for you, Kiwi, when I would be starting my 24-hour stream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right, Kiwi. So I think it'll be 7 a.m. Wednesday when the 24-hour stream will start for you. Because it's 4:30 in the evening for you right this second. I think that maths out. Fuck it. You'll see me go live. You'll see a post when I go live. That's how you'll know that I'm live. That's all I can say, man. That's a weird choice to do for PC, but okay. Yeah, I thought so too. Also, to your statement before, I think the forbidden curses weren't always outlawed. Pretty sure the ministry outlawed them after around Riddle's time. Yeah, you're right. I think that something that maybe wasn't as frowned upon, maybe in the timeline that we'll be playing in, is death in general, and utilizing torture may not have been as highly frowned upon. But in the context of like us in a modern timeline where we know those things are wrong, I wonder if they will still have that evil versus good delineation. But that's part of the fun here, is we don't get to know, you know? We won't know until we play. And even good wizards in the actual Harry Potter timeline have used like the death curse, but it's not a first resort, whereas a lot of evil wizards would. I mean, it makes sense considering how many people die at Hogwarts. Yeah, that's accurate. And you have to think, like, they had all these rules and regulations in the timeline of Harry Potter, right? They probably made those very similar to how we make rules here, and someone had to die first before it was a rule. W is good for you, buy it now. Yes, I agree. Guys, I am so excited. My shipment of the blue raspberry comes in 2 days. I need energy. I cannot express how much I need W in my life right now. Oh, man. Like, I will drink other energy drinks, but W definitely tasted better and made me feel better than Monster or NOS, which is my usual go-to. I sometimes will get, what's it called? Oh, was that energy drink that, like, everyone's been buying recently? The name's escaping me. I can't think of the name. Bang, that's the name. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. I'll get those on occasion too, but W is for sure better. You just have to wait so long for it. You placed an order for that sweet blue raz. Let's go. I'm so excited. I'm going to try that live on stream on Tuesday for a promotional, as well as just for you all to see if the flavor is as good as we hope it is. I'm so excited. I love blue raz. It's so... blue raz anything. Can you get a free batch? That means I'd have to pay for it. You can get a free batch if someone else wants to pay for it. I love you. I appreciate your support, Kiwi, but I don't want to see the shipping costs to Australia first off. Sorry, New Zealand, not Australia, New Zealand. And I'm so excited too. I was looking around at some of their merchandise. They have Dubby hats. They have Dubby hats. I wear like a different hat every stream. Do you know how cool it would be just to wear a Dubby hat like every stream? Just buy like 2 or 3 of them. That way I can rotate them out so they don't get all fucking grimy. Yeah, step aside watermelon. We want that blue raz.
Match found.
I like watermelon too, man, but something about blue raz is just, whew. If it's $30 for me, it's $55 for you. Damn. That's rough. But your economy is probably better than ours too, so like, there's that. Oh no. We got 2 Instalock duelists, which means I'm going to be out of my role. And I can't play Killjoy. I have some nasty Killjoy lineups on Lotus. What? No, no, don't you do it. Ah, you bastard. I feel like we take smokes here. I don't think we have a choice.
They think I'm an old dog.
Do I think the sorting hat will be patchy and beat up, or do I think it'll be newly stitched? I think it'll be newly stitched, to be quite honest. I think it will still have its grumpy ass personality that it had like in the books and in the movie. But I foresee it being well stitched. I won't sit there and say that it's gonna look pristine. I think it'll still be worn, but like I don't think it'll be patchy. It has 190 years worth of shit to catch up on before it starts looking that rough, you know? Sorry, I just know so much weird lore from so many IPs. Dude, you're a fucking lore goblin. I expect it from you, man. I don't have any Brim lineups on this map. If I knew I was going to be playing smokes, I would have Googled some before I got into the game, but it's fine.
Launching smoke.
They're A.
Smoke's down. Enemy down.
Reloading.
Molly.
There.
Right here.
Cutting their vision. Enemy
In beacon
spotted.
here.
Reloading.
Oh,
Spike down.
their
C.
race. Take your
There.
time.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
They might have hightailed it back to B site. I'd love if your character was why the hat becomes grumpy. Like, oh,
10
look at you
seconds
getting
left.
to pick your house. Guess I'm not
Spike
needed
planted.
anymore. Honestly, man, I would love that too. I don't think it'll go that way, but because like I think back to, was it the 4th movie with Cedric Diggory, the 4th book? You know, he had to get sorted in. He didn't get to pick his house.
I'll teach them to respect their elders. Smoke's down. Molly.
Spike down A.
Shit.
One enemy remaining.
Raze with B. She still B. Damn, she got around that quick.
Last player standing.
Ooh, she is nasty with that Marshall.
30 seconds left.
Nice shot.
Killjoy, don't overthink it. Sometimes you just need to hit them with explosives.
We'll save this round. Look at that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Even more perfect. Didn't even notice the 0. The only person on their team doing anything is Raze. I love it.
Fire in the hole!
C, I think.
Launching smoke. Stim beacon down.
Okay, so they're not here. Can I get a smoke down for them? It's too far.
Smoke's down.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
Who trained you?
Ah! Thought I could eat those and take care of her. I could not.
Everyone makes fun of German efficiency. Ha ha.
3 of them can't buy.
Laughing as you use all my gear.
Never mind, not there.
Smoke's down.
Enemy spotted. A. Reloading.
It's a little risky, Sage. I don't think I'm gonna participate in that.
Reloading.
Launching smoke.
Reloading.
Spike down A.
Turret out.
Molly.
Destroyed. Got one.
One enemy remaining.
I got someone with that Molly. No way.
My ultimate is ready. Spike's there.
40.
My power does not ebb. Ask for aid, and you shall receive. Can someone get this?
Ooh, if I buy you, that just means I'm gonna be broke too. Fuck it. Oh. Oh, they took care of it.
They're coming B. B, 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 B.
Launching smoke.
You should run.
Molly.
Spike down B.
The hunt begins.
Stim beacon here. Smoke's down.
Spike planted.
Oh. 120 on Reyna.
Player standing.
Here's all for you, Till. So the ending of Dead Space, how did I feel about it? I was very satisfied with the ending of Dead Space.
I know that I am by your side.
I was not necessarily expecting. Part of me, I don't know. Part of me was expecting for Nicole to be dead. The other part of me was more like she's just mind controlled. Since the marker is able to make you see things and act in certain ways.
You know what to do.
I was so happy when Kendra got fucked. I was ecstatic. I had so much joy in my heart in that moment. It was great. And the last fight was like, it wasn't hard. I think part of the thing is like I play MMO, so like being able to see like with these big wall bosses what they're gonna do isn't hard. But
Launching smoke.
it was a good fight. Like, it was a very enjoyable fight. The difficulty scaling of it made sense. You saw that clip? Yeah. I was so happy, man. Unreasonably happy.
Open up the sky.
Spike planted.
Got Volt.
Last player standing.
Out of here.
I know I have ult.
Launching smoke. Stim beacon down. Hold on to your hats.
That was gonna be rough to deal with, unfortunately.
Don't stress if I die. It was great knowing you all. Also, delete my hard drive.
What do we do here? We could frenzy our way to victory this round. But yeah, very happy. I will probably do a Dead Space 2 playthrough, but I refuse to miss out on Hogwarts Legacy for even a day. Plus, we got Dark and Darker playtest number 2 coming out.
Smoke's down.
See.
Molly.
Okay. Your duty is not over.
Spike planted.
Barrier created. You fought well.
One enemy remaining.
Good shit, Sage.
Nice.
Yeah, wife was sussy at the end. Not only was she sussy at the end, but damn, like, it was a whole ass different person who thought I was a whole ass different person.
We're ready.
Like, come on. And then Isaac, who you've seen on here in stream before, he informed me that the titles, if you take the first letter of the titles of each chapter, it literally tells you that Nicole is fucking dead. Like, come on. Oh no, our Sage disconnected. She just carried us last round.
Launching smoke.
Sounds like C.
K just saw one at B.
Spike planted.
Reloading. Enemy spot still
Stim
inside.
beacon here. Taken down. Smoke's down.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, it was hard to be quiet the whole time. Had to just drop a hint here and there. Yeah, no, I understand, man. Like,
What will it be?
it's always a challenge when you're
patterns
watching
emerge yet?
someone play a game that you have familiarity with to not say things. I just appreciate everyone not spoiling shit, because I didn't really have like a no spoilers message or anything in the chat. People just seem to know, like, hey, probably dude's first time playing the game since he's so surprised by everything that's happening. But apparently, like, some aspects of the game were so different. Like, I watched a clip of the original of how Hammond dies. The remakes was so much better. By far.
Launching smoke.
Spike down A.
Molly. See ya.
Last two were mid. Like here. 135 Omen.
He's up in our
Last
spawn.
player standing. One enemy remaining.
Damn, he
30
got that.
seconds left.
Yeah, I was caught off guard. Yeah, no, like, for real. It was so nice. I don't know what all
Spike
else was
planted.
different, but, like, assuming that everything else in the game up to that point was the same, Hammond's death seemed like such a waste in the original. Like, it just seemed like they could have done a lot more with it. And then they turn around in the remake, and this friend that he was convinced could be fixed and refused to kill for so long, he eventually jettisons just for that friend to come back, and he's like, maybe this is a sign that I'm supposed to save him. That friend murders his ass, and then he has to sacrifice himself and that friend just so Isaac, and at the time, Kendra Daniels could live.
Even if they aren't.
How poetic is that versus, oh, yeah, here's this giant fucking alien that just smashes him into the ground. Like, come on. That was so good.
Cut him down to size.
Gotta be A.
Smoke's down.
I can't believe I missed that shit. Ooh. There's a gap in my smoke. That was nice. Reyna's gonna be behind you all in heaven.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Reyna's behind you in heaven.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, a lot of things are ramped up, mostly the same outcome. That's kind of what I gathered. I am excited for them to do the remake of Dead Space 2. I'm curious if they're going to make any major story shifts at all.
10 seconds left.
I think they should. I genuinely think they need to
Let's
make
ruin their
a
day.
different story. It doesn't necessarily have to be like entirely different, but doing something like what the Final Fantasy VII remake is doing, I think is a quality move, where it's not even that they're necessarily changing a whole lot about the story,
Thanks.
but they're leaving the possibility for something to be different there.
Launching smoke. Molly.
You should run.
Open up the sky.
One enemy remaining.
Stim beacon here.
Spike down B.
Ah, he was the other way. I mean, 7 Remake will basically fix the later half of Final Fantasy 7. I think so, too. It's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy 7, so I don't remember everything. But I do remember that my first time ever playing the game took me over a year because I got to the halfway point and I was like, I can't do it anymore, you know?
Switch.
Last round to use our creds and abilities. Don't waste your firepower.
And I feel like the remake did a better job of not wasting your time. And I heard so many people complain about the combat system that they implemented in the game. That shit was fine. There was not an issue. Like, these are the same people who talk about Parasite Eve and how much they love it, and they basically give you the same fucking combat, and now you've got a problem. Like, come on.
Launching smoke.
There.
Smoke's down.
Spike planted. There.
Stim beacon down.
One enemy remaining.
That was fucking crazy.
Good shit, though. Oh, yeah, the sword loses all clarity of direction and purpose outside of, I guess, to get revenge on the evil corpo. Oh, yeah, for sure. The fact that, like, we got to see the transition of power for the Shinra Corporation with the sun taking over. And we got to see the fact that Cloud was given those visions of Sephiroth being the key to the world's destruction. Like, that shit has so much better reasoning as to why the story has to continue. And then for fuck's sakes, they actually implement Zack into the story when he was this integral part of Cloud's background. Come on, that shit's amazing. It is so much better storytelling than the original. And I bet the second half is just as good. Yuffie's background story was fucking phenomenal. Oh shit, our team got wrecked there. I don't much care for Final Fantasy Universe, but man, do I want a fantasy road trip game now. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 pretty good for the road trip aspect.
Oh my god.
I still to this day, one of my favorite stories is Final Fantasy 14. It just is.
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's
everything after A Realm Reborn is fucking gold. It's so good. Stormblood is the weakest, and it's still better than almost every other role-playing game that's come out in the past 10 years. It's actually nuts. Endwalker, probably the best story that's come out in years.
March through them.
I would pit it up against most other storytelling in all mediums, not just video games. Damn.
Spike down A.
And the gameplay got better too, which is a good thing.
You got Spike down right there.
For you.
I've seen it, big fat tacos.
Player standing.
Ooh. Like, I would argue that every other Final Fantasy game that gets so much praise, you could argue and have a good argument as to why it shouldn't. Final Fantasy 14, if you're talking just clear-cut story and not like the questing system, there's a reason. There's a reason why it's so highly revered. There's a reason why Endwalker won so many awards. Like, shit's so good.
Together.
The world will never be the same. Yep, you're not wrong.
Here. Barrier enemy spotted B. Oh.
Well.
Fully smoked. Gotcha.
Enemy spotted A.
Your duty is spotted A. Here.
planted. There.
Ah, my reaction time. It's what an MMO is supposed to be. I have my gripes, but his Ernest Place is the best. It's just sadly not for me. I also think you had the worst possible experience of Final Fantasy 14, to be quite honest. Not even because of like the game itself, but you were in a group of people who were rushing you through the story. You were with a group of people who didn't want you to play the game the way you wanted to, and
who am I kidding?
that
My knees are
defeats
gonna kill
the
after
whole
this.
concept of what an MMO is supposed to give players. You and Chris both had a very shitty Final Fantasy 14 experience.
There.
And granted, like, don't get me wrong, you all may have never gotten into like in-game content the way that I have, but I think you both would have enjoyed just playing through the story and the side quests and doing things at your own pace.
Reloading.
Smoke's down.
Wall raised.
Stim beacon down.
Lights down. Placing swarm grenade.
Aw, shit. Yep, I know, and I don't hold it against the game. Maybe one day I'll get the chance to play it, but for now I'll enjoy watching it from the sideline. And honestly, like, I think experiencing the story, at least with people, is also a quality experience. Like, I've never not had a good time watching someone play through the Final Fantasy story.
One enemy remaining.
It's never been an issue. I don't mind watching Zeppa play it. I've watched Zenosis play it. I've watched Asmongold play through the portion that he's done. Like, it's always a good time. I actually have some intention on streaming Final Fantasy 14 on here whenever I can find me a halfway decent rating group. It's just a process. Like, I don't want to raid for 6 hours at a time. I also don't want to raid like every other day of the week. I need like a set schedule. If I could find a group that would raid like in the time frame that I normally stream, that would be awesome, and do like 3 streams a week on raiding and then the other 3 on Valorant or on a new game or whatever. Oh, we're defaulting here, okay. Neither of our duelists want to entry, and it's really fucking our team up. We both died there. 3 of us died to them. What is happening? Yep, time is the enemy of us all. It really is. Like, the other aspect of it, beyond just time, is getting along with the people that you're raiding with. It's never a good time when you have someone who thinks they know more than everyone else. It's also never a good time when you have someone who clearly doesn't know the fight. It's also a bad time when you have someone who wants to do things the most complicated ways possible. Like, there's just so many factors that go into it. It's part of the reason why I haven't like sought out very seriously an active raiding group, and I just kind of do it solo.
Spike down A. I have the spike.
I'm not huge into raids in anything, really. I think the whole experience is flawed from what I seek out of the game. I would say so, too, from what I imagine you look for, and that fulfillment is within the quality of the storytelling of the game. And the raiding, the competitive raiding aspect, the
Stay in range of my stim beacon, and we'll mow them down.
The, like, super sweaty aspect of it, I can definitely see not appealing to you.
KJO, we need to use that.
what I think is great about how Final Fantasy does rating and how they do all their content is they tie everything into a story. It doesn't necessarily have to connect with the main story, but it is a good story regardless. Like the current raid series, I love the story. It's fucking great. Because they took a concept that was in Endwalker that was brand new and they just expanded upon it so well, and I'm in love with it.
Holy smoke!
There.
Molly!
Okay, y'all are wanting to push A now. Okay.
Open up the sky! Stim beacon here.
Planted. Reloading. Here. Reloading. Bomb buddy out. One enemy remains.
All list of things I don't care about raids. Anything not on the following list I'm great with. Story mechs extra. Non-list I don't hate it. Gear check, exploiting mechanics, is that supposed to be precognition? Precondition?
I think we should slow walk to C and then use KJO to plant the bomb.
Low loot reward rate. I'll talk about some of that stuff once you're done listing. Can you explain your third point for me? I just want to make sure I'm understanding it properly.
Our spikes down. Spike down. C.
Ah, damn it.
Last player standing.
And if you wouldn't mind, like, explaining some examples of exploiting mechanics as well. Just while you're at it.
Let them try to get through me.
I just want to make sure what I understand, or which point, sorry, you missed what I said. If you wouldn't mind explaining some, like, examples for you of exploiting mechanics, and then your third point, I don't know if you're writing precondition, precognition required, but what you meant by that third point.
Safety's off.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Damn, shit through 20 of my shield.
Stim beacon here.
Spike down A. Reloading.
Behind us, behind us.
Standing. Flawless.
Like, what are we doing, bro?
Oh, precognition, aka knowledge required before playing. Okay, fair enough.
Malfunctioned that one time, and honestly, she won't miss that finger.
Then exploiting as in cheesing AR mechanics to do the fight correctly. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about some of that once we're out of this game. My team's getting fucked right now, so I'm gonna try to focus in.
Time to explode.
Just default at this point.
I think that something I will throw out, World of Warcraft ruined raiding for a lot of people because of the exact things that you're talking about. Not that I'm trying to sell you or anyone else on Final Fantasy. I just think it does a better job of avoiding some of these things.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Smoke's down.
The hunt begins.
Enemy down. Spikes down.
One enemy remaining.
Turret out.
Ow. If I'd had a gun there, that would have been great.
Weapon here.
Nice job. One more round, guys. For sure, not saying these things are inherently bad, just not my thing,
This
and for
default
sure
is
looking
exactly
forward to
like
your
this
thoughts.
one.
Not
Gotta
kick
pick
the
one
rumps.
first, I'll
I'm gonna work on it. Yeah, and I don't think you're saying they're necessarily bad, just not what you're looking
like,
for.
They got that shit down.
I just think that some MMOs are worse about these things than others. But if there was like if there were aspects like gameplay aspects of rating that you do enjoy, I think some of my thoughts on these in retrospect of Final Fantasy XIV would perhaps sway you in a different direction.
Fully smoked.
Enemy spotted. A.
Stim beacon down. Molly.
You should run. Spikes down. Placing swarm grenade.
Reloading. Last player standing.
I can't believe I missed that headshot. Damn, they got the defuse off. I don't want this shit to go into overtime.
Together, we will bury them under their transgressions.
God, we don't have enough to full buy either. God bless. If I don't get that... Yeah, I think we have to. I've got my ult for post plant. I've got ult for post plant if we can just get it down.
Go ahead. I'm gonna throw a blind A side just to throw him off.
Enemy spotted C.
Go, go, go.
Launching smoke.
Oh, there's no way there's 4 people shooting him.
She had one fucking bullet left.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Here.
Smoke's down.
I can't see.
Last player standing.
Ah, we're going into
Spike
overtime.
down, C.
That's so unfortunate. Ah, man.
Switching sides. Overtime.
None of my stuff has malfunctioned yet.
We did fine on defense, but our offense was horrible.
Watch and learn.
Need help, please.
Down and out. Smoke's down. Launching smoke. Molly.
Oh, damn it.
Stim beacon down.
She caught me while I had my smoke out. God
One
bless.
enemy remaining.
Let's go.
Spike down. C.
Placing swarm grenade. Spike spotted. Placing swarm grenade. There. Swarm grenade out. Turret out. Alarm bot out.
Thirty seconds left.
Good job, guys. We can just win the attack round. We'll be done.
Match point.
And we'll talk a little bit about raiding in Final Fantasy 14.
Let's make them dance.
Let's go to a different site. We have had next to no luck here.
Just waiting for them to push.
Enemy spotted A.
Launching smoke.
Enemy spotted A. Fire in there.
Volley.
Last player
Ah,
standing.
she ulted me. She's gonna get an ace.
That's
Oh,
done.
nope, she did not get the ace.
Oh,
Now we go into double overtime. I hate this shit. I hate the idea
Switching sides.
that we spent so much time in this game just for the potential of still losing.
Overtime.
Hate that. I would have just rather lost outright or won outright. Sorry, my Wi-Fi stopped working. Oh, all good, Kiwi. I'm glad you're back, man. I guess I'm holding C this time.
A.
enemy spotted A. Get out of here.
Smoke's down.
You're nothing.
Launching smoke.
They're rotating probably.
Spike planted.
Yep, they plan C.
Last player standing.
Oh, whew. He headshot me on that too. How's the D&D character going? I actually haven't had too much time to work on it since I had the internet down, and I've just had a lot of shit
Match
going on
point.
personally.
Prepare yourself. We
To
fight
be fair,
for
I don't necessarily know I'm gonna be able to commit a whole lot of time to it for at least a little
I'm
while.
gonna peek out A, bro.
Why do you all want to do this again? It did not work last time. Can we please just avoid A? We had so much better luck going C. And we lose this round, we just lose.
time for a feed
So we should probably do
test.
something different.
Raise the C side.
Reloading.
One's in a corner at B.
Smoke's down.
Hey, you should probably go hold this thing. 2 of them are in B.
Can I repeat that? I haven't had too much time to work on it, just because I've got a lot going on personal life as well as streaming. I don't know that I'm gonna have a whole lot of time to work on it for the next little bit. But I will get it done as soon as I can.
One enemy remaining.
Bomb buddy out.
I have the spike. 30 seconds left.
You can't plant there, bud.
Spike planted. Satchel.
Nice job, Race. Now it gets go into triple overtime. This is a great game that we're playing.
Switching sides.
Yep, might as well. The other aspect of this is you don't want to draw in triple overtime either, because you've spent so much time. Ugh, man.
Fine.
You know what?
Tinkering may.
We'll take an Odin as well. I don't usually take this, but I'm taking it.
Yeah, they're gonna come A. They have the Viper well down.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
I'm gonna stay over here between the two sites.
Yeah, it's probably C.
Molly.
Still in sight.
Launching smoke.
Placing swarm grenade.
You
Spike
fucker.
planted.
Oof, 2v4.
Last player standing.
Nah, looking great.
Switching sides.
If we were to not
Match
die so
point.
quick, we'd probably win the round.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen.
Remember that.
Going back to the old reliable.
I mean, it's true, guy. First 10 seconds.
Let's flush them out. Grenade! Enemy spotted C.
Enemy spotted.
Dim beacon
Reyna's
here.
like 120. B.
Molly.
Spike down. C.
Smoke's down.
Here. Plant the spike. Plant the spike.
Planted.
Reloading. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Ready. Your duty is not
Right here.
Unless we do something really stupid here, we get to go into quadruple overtime.
Reloading. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Switching sides.
We're not drawing, God bless. Oh, man.
Overtime.
Once more into battle. I'm not tired. Are you?
I feel like we've been in this game forever now.
Here.
You got butter chicken? Let's go. 8 Ball and Kiwi, I hope you're right.
Turret out. There.
Launching
I'm
smoke.
gonna preemptively put this.
Here.
Good kill.
Stealing sight. Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Spotted A.
Launching smoke.
Where'd they go?
Enemy spotted B.
Finding
Spike planted.
Beacon here.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
You should run.
Molly. Hold on to your.
Clutch.
Ah, she circled around. This KJ, I can't.
Switching
You have. It's
sides.
been 47 hours since
Match
we agreed to talk
point.
about FF14 rates. I know. I know. I know. This is how you know that you're in an evenly matched game, though. Is when you're going into potentially, what is this? Quintuple overtime?
Play for picks.
Okay, Sage traded.
Smoke's down. Stim beacon down.
Oh my lord, it takes so long to get my gun back out.
Spikes down. Placing squad grenade.
Turret out. Satchel out.
Turret down. Bomb buddy out.
Last player
Ooh.
standing.
That's game. I'm actually glad it's over, even if we lost. I will take that. Spicy or non-spicy? I like spicy. Spicy food's a good thing.
You all deserve to lose this game.
You always got those people, I swear. People can't just be like, oh man, we played as a team, lost as a team. Sucks to suck, guys. Whatever. All right, so real quick, let's talk about FF14 rating. I'm gonna talk about this before I jump into the game. So let me get back to your points real quick. Let's see. So here's what I will say on point number 1, gear check. I do not like the gear check system. Final Fantasy 14, the MMORPG Kiwi. I do not like the gear check system, or the fact that you have to have a certain gear level in WoW. I do not mind it in Final Fantasy 14 because if you are doing in-game rating content, they have, prior to that content coming out, given you plenty of content that if you're just on the newest thing, you're getting geared up. You're not actually having to put forth a lot of effort to get gear. You get to do something once a week that is relatively simple. Maybe it's a couple of things a week, or you get it with tomestones, which is just a universal currency. You know, it just depends on what exactly you're looking to get. And that's the other thing. You can get gear score through multiple different ways, which is better than most MMOs where you're forced to do one piece of content over and over and over. I'm going to tie this in with the point that you made as well about the low loot reward rate. While you typically, and it kind of depends on the raid, typically in Final Fantasy XIV for a raid, you get more loot the further in the tier you are. But let's say we're talking about the very first raid in the current raid tier. You, at a minimum, each week have the option of getting, or the opportunity to get 2 chests. You can only get 1 piece of gear per week, which is fine. That's not a big deal. But you have the opportunity of 2 chests per week. The way that Final Fantasy does it, though, is they also give you a universal currency where once you've gone 4 weeks, you have enough of that currency to get any piece of gear within what you would normally be able to get in that raid tier. So if you've gone 4 weeks dry, which is sometimes people have worse than that, and WoW, you still have a guarantee piece of gear that you're going to get. And the cool part is that, like, you're able to, if you're getting gear already, you're able to get more gear for your other jobs. So it is really nice for the time crunch. So, for example, like this raid tier, I've been playing as a samurai, and I've gotten really lucky on my rolls for drops. So all my other tomes, I've been using to gear up my astrologian. Yeah, a pity system. Which, if you're going to do weekly based loot, you should have a pity system of some sort. And then towards the end of the current tier, so like a couple of patches before they're going to release the next raid tier, they also implement a universal currency that allows you to upgrade previous gear. Where it allows you to get the materials to upgrade the gear from the current tier. Which you normally can only get on a rolled drop. So they give you a guaranteed way to get it, and you can get 1 piece of that gear essentially once per week. They also have a universal tombstone system just for doing any content at level 90, which is the level cap right now. So if you do leveling roulette at level 90, you get this currency as well. They have a weekly cap on it, but that weekly cap guarantees that you can get an accessory or a secondary gear piece every week, or if you wait 2 weeks, you can get a chest piece, a weapon, or a leg piece. So your primary gear pieces. So realistically speaking, assuming that you're doing your weekly raids, assuming that you are capping out on that tombstone currency, and now that we're close to the end of this current raid tier, assuming that you are doing the weekly raid to get the guaranteed upgrade currency that I talked about, you at a minimum on a weekly basis have the probability of getting 3 gear pieces, if not more. And if not this week, you're guaranteed it the more you do. Now at the beginning of the tier, obviously it's a little bit harder, but that's kind of the idea, is like the people who figure out the raid quicker get the loot quicker, etc. Sorry, I just hit my mic stand. So I think they handle the low loot reward rates that you see in other MMOs in a very, very smart way, where it doesn't feel like your entire life has to be dedicated to raiding just to get it done. And that's the other thing that I think Final Fantasy does better than most MMOs, is most raiding in MMOs, you have to set an entire hour, assuming that everyone knows how to complete the raid, an entire hour of your life, if not more, to do 1 raid in WoW. In Final Fantasy, if everyone knows the raid, you're done in 15 minutes. They value your time a lot better. So you may spend several hours learning the raid initially, but once you've got it and you got a group of people who can do it, shit's, I can finish an entire raid tier and get my weekly rewards from each raid in an hour. And then I'm done for the week. I don't have to do it anymore. I can go do anything else in the game, which we know has a lot to offer. The precognition required, I think that only applies when we're talking about old raids. When a new raid comes out, everyone's on the same playing field. And I will say this too, we're almost at the end of this raid tier. I think it's over in like the next 2 months, which is what I consider the end of a raid tier, because by this point in time, anyone who was doing the raid tier week 1 has already geared multiple jobs at this point, and they're done. They're not even doing this tier anymore. Even now, you have people who are doing learning parties that are filling up like crazy for each raid of this tier. So while if you're trying to join a completionist group or a group that's trying to clear, they may have certain strategies they want people to know coming in. Very seldom have I ever felt like I had to know it starting on a raid. I've always been able to find a learning party where I can just experience it and make my own assumptions about what we're supposed to do. And then once I've established a strategy and the rest of the community starts establishing them, eventually everyone kind of settles on like, this is a strategy that makes the most sense, especially if you're doing it with a bunch of randoms like I typically do, since I can't find a raid group that I like. So I feel like it's not that bad. Now, if you're talking about like if you were doing Eden raids from Shadowbringers at this point, there's probably an expectation that you know the mechanics and that you have all this prior established information, because these people are probably farming cosmetics at this point, because that's all the gear is useful for then. Which is a whole separate issue about MMOs in general, but it's how it's always been. It's how it's always going to be. So not going to say that there aren't some pieces of content where people expect you to have that prior knowledge, but if we're talking about brand new content, which is kind of what I was gearing towards, that precognition requirement isn't really there. I feel like the Final Fantasy community does a really good job of not making that the case. And then the exploitation, WoW I think is the worst about making a game where they want you to exploit mechanics. It's actually insane. The fact that in most of their raids at this point, you have to have add-ons just to complete is insane. It's actually a big issue within the community. And I don't know if Dragonflight has fixed any of that or not. I haven't played it enough to really tell. I didn't enjoy it enough in comparison to Final Fantasy to keep devoting time to it. But there is almost no exploitation of mechanics when it comes to Final Fantasy 14 rating, because the system isn't designed for it. The Square Enix, when they design these encounters, there is always a solution that they have in mind. They never expect a player to have to go above and beyond the solution to either optimize or complete the raid. Now, let's take the third raid in this current tier, for example, P7S, which is this giant fucking tree boss that you have to fight. There are multiple ways to solve the raid, but they're all within the constraints of what the game has designed. It's all completely legitimate. It's all there for the better of the game, and it allows players more options, right? Welcome back, KJ. Sorry, we're talking a little bit about Final Fantasy 14, and then I'll queue up. I play a lot of Final Fantasy, and we just got talking about it, so... Oh, you're back, but now you're gonna go to sleep. Go to sleep, but keep the stream on. That's a good way to do that. But like this current raid tier, the third raid, there's multiple ways to solve it. Some raids there's only one real way to solve it. Like if there's a clock position mechanic, for example, like you have to go into clock positions or your team dies. It's just how it's going to happen. which is fine. Like sometimes that's how the mechanics have to be set up because it's leading into another mechanic, right? But I can't think of an example in Final Fantasy XIV where a mechanic that they put into the game was exploited for the player's benefit. Unless it was designed that way. Like, I'm trying to think here. I don't really consider this an exploit. I just consider it like people using brain cells. The new extreme trial boss that came out with this last patch, it has a mechanic where it has these lines on the arena, right? And these lines lead to the edge, and they, depending on what they lead to, it causes a different mechanic to occur. The second time he does this, like, I don't know that Square Enix intended this, but like everyone knows that the two lines, as long as you stand at the point of those two lines where they connect, you're safe. Like, you don't have to actually think about the mechanic. I don't consider that an exploit. I just consider it like knowledge that people attain through experience, right? My problem with thinking knowledge beforehand in any raid leads to toxicity in the community to an unhealthy degree. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's where I think Final Fantasy XIV does a really good job, because very seldom, actually, in my experience, I've never had a bad raiding experience from like people being toxic or anything like that. The thing that happens is there's a system in the game, which I don't know if you remember, called Party Finder. Party Finder lets you list what thing you're working on, whether it's practice or whatever. But like, let's say I put a Party Finder up and I'm wanting to complete, what is the current raid tier called? Oh my God. Let's say I'm wanting to do the first raid of the current raid tier, and I am not in a learning party. I am not in a practice group. I am specifically wanting to clear the raid. I can note that in the raid, and I can note what strategies I'm using because it's been out for so long. There's multiple ones out there. I can note those things, and if you join, you are actively acknowledging at that point that you are here to complete the raid because you know the mechanics, and you know the specific ones that I've listed. That is where there are more issues than not, is people will join without thinking about those things, without considering that, because this person who has posted for this raid group has specifically asked for these things in this group. Just like a person who posts a learning group has specifically asked for people who are learning the fight. Some people will even put fresh learning group, no videos watched or anything. They don't want anyone who has any knowledge. Like, they just want to experience the thing as if it's, you know, brand new, even now. How that's a great change. Yeah, I don't know when they put Party Finder in it. It's been in since I started playing, but that was back in Shadowbringers. So, yeah, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a perfect system. Just when I compare it to the next best competition, which at this point in time is World of Warcraft, it's a better system. Like, it's such a, like, system with Party Finder that, like, you can't even put a negative connotation with it, because if you don't like what the groups are recruiting for, make your own. People will join, you know? Yeah, that's me. I like going in blind and just enjoying it fresh before going grind for rewards. Absolutely. And like, realistically speaking, if you really wanted to go blind into an old raid, like if you wanted to go do Eden Savages, for example, you absolutely can find a group to do that. I'm on a Facebook group for the NA servers. There are people all the time wanting to do shit. If you like role playing, you can find groups for that. Like, they have implemented so many tools where the community can find other people like them. It's actually insane to me. Square Enix may not put out the greatest games of all the time, but they have worked out this MMO thing.
Enemy spotted.
I'm out of here.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a lot of people. God bless. I mean, I brought it up before. If you and Chris ever wanted to give it another shot, like, I still play very regularly. I am totally cool with sitting down with you guys.
I'm just forcing with a stinger.
Okay.
Nah, man, the guy they have running it just understands games. I forget his name, but dude is on another level of knowing game design. Oh, Yoshi P, absolutely. Yoshi P is a fucking god. Anyone who says otherwise is fucking stupid. He is working. He is the one who's heading up the team for Final Fantasy 16, by the way, just so you know.
Spike planted.
Ah. I'm trying to get that Vandal. Of course, man, I'm sure she will at some point. Yeah, I feel like she will too. I feel like she actually really wants to because she's brought it up before, but like there's that fear of having another bad experience, right? Yeah, and it looks good. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's gonna be great.
T-bat? Okay, all right.
Remember,
It is on my watch list for the second half of this year. But yeah, like I said, if I'm able to find a raiding group, I will end up doing some stuff on stream for that anyway. A new raid tier is supposed to come out, I think, in a few months. And then after that, we'll be getting pretty close to them coming out with the new expansion, probably 4 to 6 months after that.
gotta go.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Here she goes.
Oh, okay. We back in it now. Need a drop.
But yeah, Yoshi P and Soken, who typically handles music, but I think he's also a producer just for the game in general. They are such a force to be reckoned with. If they get onto more of these mainline Final Fantasy games, I think we're going to see a dramatic change in the Square Enix IP overall. Here's why Square will still make good games. Everything else basically fails. Did you know Square Enix has made 3 different games trying to take Warframe's place? I did not know that. I do know that they've come out with like Octopath Traveler and a few other games that haven't done super well. I'm hoping that more people will study under Yoshi P, because he is already planning more content for Final Fantasy 14, and he's already talked about like what his next MMO would be for Square Enix and everything. Like, he's just a visionary.
One link. 104 link.
Whoa. U-Haul.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Level heads until we're home, yes? Good.
My favorite interview is him coming in and asking what MMOs the dev team have played. When they said none, he told people to stop working and play some damn games. Yeah, that sounds about right. I still remember watching his interview where they basically talked about like the fall and rise of Final Fantasy 14, and him just talking about how the team basically had never experienced MMOs and didn't have a love for them the same way that him and his team was going to have. And how like heartbroken he was to see the IP failing, because you know he wasn't originally on there. He took it over after it was a massive failure.
Nice.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Jeez.
Out of charges.
Oh, no way. We were both competing for an ace. My bad, guys.
Listen up. Kill them before they kill
All I'm gonna say is I got 4 of them. Someone could have gotten him. At least one of them could have gotten them.
Safe one. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, dude was given an impossible task and did the impossible. Yeah, that's the sign of someone who you want to always have their input on. Even if he's not working on the project, he should have input on everything Square Enix puts out ever again. Until the day he dies, he should be the one providing input. Ace v Ace, yeah, that was kind of rough. Raising a dead game is unlikely. Dead MMO is unheard of. Absolutely. There's only
Face your fear.
no. I can't think of another instance. Like,
Get out of my way.
I look at RuneScape and I think about it, but like all RuneScape did was bring back the old MMO that everyone said they wanted in the first place. You know, they basically just retconned a mistake that they made.
One enemy remaining.
Link.
Yeah, I accidentally shot you.
And like they didn't maintain the same community they had during like the old school days, like 07 RuneScape.
Neon biome.
They jumped into a slump and managed to stop it, but they haven't grown since then. You know, like they are doing a good job maintaining a small community. Because RuneScape, by comparison of every other MMO, is small at this point. I love RuneScape. I'm actually heavily considering doing a community thing in our Discord where everyone makes a new old school RuneScape account and plays together in a clan, and we just do shit, you know, in the game. Like, it's been on my mind. RuneScape is good as yeah. I love RuneScape. I love any game I can sink 100 hours into and not think twice, you know.
Someone is A. Spike planted.
RuneScape never really died. They had a slump. Yeah, I agree. Final Fantasy 14 was beyond dead. You are absolutely right.
Where is everyone hiding? One enemy remaining. Reloading.
I'm out of here.
Good job, guys.
Shadows traveling.
Spike with you.
Yeah, I've thought about doing an old school RuneScape group with anyone in our Discord who is interested, because there are several people who are using the fuck out of that old school RuneScape bot I threw in there, which is just like text-based gameplay of the actual game. Why not play the actual game, you know?
Need a drop. Thanks. I need a drop.
Yoshi, man, learned a lot from listening to that guy just talk about game design. Absolutely, dude. He is a rare breed in the gaming world of someone who doesn't just make video games, they play the fuck out of them. He plays his own game. Like, that's shocking enough, right? Like, he plays Final Fantasy 14 regularly. He's not like a hardcore raider because he doesn't have time, but he loves the game.
Can you smoke this?
Go, go, go.
Spike planted.
Oh, damn it. There's only been one thing I've watched him do that I questioned very heavily, and it was the balancing changes for Endwalker. And they fixed it, so I don't care.
Kill my ally.
Enemies.
No, I whiffed on this. One here.
Excited to hear he's working on Final Fantasy 16, though again, not big into their worlds. I feel they like an identity. Yeah, the story seems like it's gonna be decent, but like
Last player standing.
I tread on thin ice regardless of who is heading up the game, because at the end of the day, Yoshi P's job is to make sure it's a good experience. He is not there to ensure a good storytelling experience, because he didn't write the story for Final Fantasy 14. He just leads the team, right? You know, it's not his role. So, you know, just because he's on there doesn't mean it's going to be a good story, but I guarantee the gameplay's fun. Have I seen Fallout? You mean like the game?
Gotta go.
Shock dart. Right here.
I've seen Fallout. I attempted to play Fallout 3 once upon a time, and I just didn't really get into it.
Right here.
Yeah, I've played Fallout 3 once upon a time, but I haven't checked out Fallout like since we talked about it before, because I knew we had Hogwarts Legacy coming out. We've got several other games coming out.
Cage triggered.
Nice job.
Don't interrupt.
Cypher's pretty fucking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 76 are one of the many other spin-offs. Fallout is definitely an interesting game, and I will revisit it once we are done with some of our other games. But we'll be on Hogwarts Legacy probably for at least a month, if it's got 100 hours worth of gameplay in it, because I will literally explore that entire fucking map before I finish the game. Mark my words.
There they are. Right here.
Face your fear.
Right here.
Get out of my way. Go. I'm out of here. Spike planted.
Ah, fucking knives.
Heads up. Watch your eyes.
One enemy remaining. Cage triggered.
4's got the best mechanics. Can you play some Valorant in between Hogwarts? We might. The first week that Hogwarts Legacy is out, we're gonna be playing some Dark and Darker in between, which is like medieval Tarkov, basically. But after that, we may, because I may get burnt out. Like, it could be one of those things where I have to take a break. I'm not gonna promise it's always gonna be Hogwarts Legacy. Just like I'm not gonna promise it's always gonna be Valorant. You know, when new games come out, I'm gonna play the fuck out of them for sure. I think 76 has the best mechanics, but is the worst game. Yeah, you guys can have that conversation, I guess, because I have no idea.
Go, go, go.
Let's push him out.
The hunt begins.
Ah,
That is unlucky.
nice shot. I feel like game mechanics.
Spike down B.
When you got a game like Fallout where it's got so many titles, they either degrade over time or they get really good over time. It's kind of like Skyrim, or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. Like the games mechanically just got better over time from what pretty much everyone talks about. At least I only have decent experience with Skyrim. Fallout sounds like it pretty much did the same thing, but look at the studios. They're the same fucking studio.
I'm out of here. Quick feet, quick trigger.
Basically, its leveling system is one of the most fun idea mechs I've ever seen and interacted with that is so poorly implemented. And that is basically what all of 76 is. That's the worst. When you see like what they were trying to do and you're like, man, how'd you fuck it up?
What back link?
Watch out.
Watch your eyes.
Gotta go. Spike down A. Give me a corpse. Spike Spike planted.
Someone is A. I saw you study.
One enemy remaining.
I could see you hide.
Good job, guys.
Don't worry.
There should be more RPing. They should make a Fallout game right after the war. If a new Fallout game came out, since I don't necessarily have to play them in order, I would totally play it. I would play it on stream.
Switching sides. Gotta go. Go, go, go! I'm out of here! I'm out of here! Go, go, go!
Right here.
Kill.
Reloading.
This way! Go, go, go!
Reloading.
Oh.
Spike down, B.
Hello.
Basically, the skill tree in 76 is a game of solitaire that you can change around and manipulate instead of being linear. I like the idea of that. They need to make it like Tarkov really hard to get good. Yeah, I've thought about playing Tarkov as well. I don't know. I play Dark and Darker, and I really like it, so I probably like Tarkov, but I can only do so many games, you know? Like, there's only enough time in the day for so much.
Tagged. Wow, my eyes are down.
And, like, this is a variety gaming channel, so I want to, like,
remaining.
do other things as well. If I had to recommend one, though, it would be New Vegas.
Last player
Noted.
standing. Clutch.
I like the fact that just like Final Fantasy games, I can play them in any order and it'd be fine. I'm sure they make nods to other games, but like it's not the end of the world if you don't know it.
Gotta go.
Here. I'll find them.
He's gonna force Stinger again. I feel like that's such a bad move.
Let me join first.
Take flight.
No one keeps with me.
Coming through. Gotta go.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm out of here.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Someone's A.
One enemy remaining.
Nice job.
Scanning ahead.
Phantom for Vandal.
Last player standing.
Good shit, I'm sorry. I crushed.
My favorite 6 honestly never cared much for 7. 8 is fine, 9's a mess, 10 is a meme story, 12 is Star Wars, 13 is a joke, 15 is a great concept ruined by poor vision for a main story. Oh, or I always take Vandal. I feel like Phantom is for players that don't have as much confidence in their ability to get headshots.
Right here.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game that I haven't enjoyed. That's where I'll put that. Like,
Right here.
I enjoy 13, for example, but I recognize that its story has a lot of inconsistencies. But I still enjoy it nonetheless. It also has some of the most linear gameplay design out of all of them, but I still enjoy it. Like, you know, it is what it is. My favorite, though,
Candy Crush.
probably isn't even a mainline title. Well, 14. 14's my overall favorite. But if we're talking, like, outside of the MMOs, probably Crystal Chronicles. I really enjoyed that.
This way.
You can swing out. I don't see anyone here if you want, Neon.
Cover going out.
One on side.
Last player standing.
Oh, I am. Oh, 13 is nonsense. Yeah, there's... Yeah, there's not really another word for it. It's rough.
I find them.
But I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Like that's the harsh reality of it. We've had the conversation before. I played it multiple times too. I prefer the 13-2, the sequel to it. Prefer it from a gameplay perspective, but I don't know. Like, I'm also not overly critical of games in general. I'm not saying you are by any stretch, but like, I'm pretty easy to please.
Revealing area.
Go, go, go.
Enemies B.
Going out.
Start good.
I'm not trying to.
Heads up.
Ah. Where's the rest of my team?
No one's leaving A. They're all pretty close to B.
Yeah, what's a foul C? The foul C or the biglessy? Duh. Duh.
Last player standing.
God, everyone died.
Just honestly, so.
My ultimate's
They're done.
We are strong because we are together. Don't forget that.
Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Spike down. Spike down B.
Our spike's down.
Rotate, rotate, rotate.
Wait,
I
you guys
got
rotate?
spike. Coming through. Gotta go. Almost out.
See, I thought I heard that. I'm an ult.
I'm out of here.
I've got no more speeds.
Spike planted. My ult's ready.
Last player standing.
Oh, man. I didn't know that Phoenix hit her for. She had to have been so close to dying. In fact, I beat 13, still don't know. And neither does the game, is what's wrong with 13 in a nutshell. Even 13-2, 13-3, don't know what they were. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, I really do see what they were trying to do with the, basically the idea of this empirical force, or not empirical, tyrannical force. These, not even gods, but like demigod fal'C who are basically telling you what you have to do in this world. And but it's still following like the chosen one path, and I don't know, like it's so overdone. But it's not one chosen one, it's multiple chosen ones and everyone's a chosen one. Like everyone's chosen, but the thing you're chosen for may just be very insignificant in the grand scheme, you know.
Here we go. Shock it.
Ah, ran out of juice. I hit her for 108. Damn. You know, what series is another great universe that needs to drop the chosen stuff and just let us play it. Play in it, Kingdom Hearts. Drop the overcomplicated K-pop drama and let us just go around fixing FF worlds and Disney story. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, I haven't minded too much. For me, it's kind of in the same vein where like they've got multiple chosen people, which is better than having a singular chosen one. But the fact that it took them like 7 games to even talk about the other chosen people in any meaningful way is terrible. Were they controlling people? Because again, it's unclear at best. Maybe people just believe they're being controlled. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's a fair point. I think the intention was that they were not even necessarily being controlled, but basically were told what they had to do, not necessarily how they had to do it. To be honest, I kind of want to play Fallout 13. Caps. Is there a Fallout 13? I didn't know.
Please go.
Here.
Taken out. Go, go, go.
Oh, behind us, behind us.
Sorry, I was reloading.
You will not kill my ally.
Ha, they're all there.
Reloading. Shadows. Watch them run.
Why did you wait so long? Oh, man.
I will take back what is mine.
We should save. No. We should totally save.
The point of 13 is a scissoring sister bike that the most toxic male ever gets to ride around because he's so cool. Leave Snow alone, man. No, he is fucking toxic. He really is.
Break's over.
But, like, real talk, he has the greatest character development out of every other character in the game.
David.
Fucking blind.
This way.
Fade's hurt.
I will say it's also the poorest representation of Shiva in any Final Fantasy game ever.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
He's gonna try to get
Headshot. Buried. My ultimate is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Holy shit, this Cypher is cracked.
Where is everyone hiding?
Oh, he got revealed though. That sucks.
30 seconds left.
You hear?
I have retrieved the spike.
We're gonna have to do a big boy swing here.
There's only 15 seconds. You have to go.
I know.
Good shit, Cypher.
You forget.
Everyone just stays the a-hole they started as. Honestly, like,
Outshine all their radiance.
I agree
Ranking.
for the most part.
Radiant.
Oh, wow, I'm proud of
Like, let's take Lightning, for example, who is, like, the biggest a-hole. She doesn't really change from, like, those hardened roots, but I feel like that she, especially when it comes to Hope, softens up a lot. Which is why it's not even like, I wouldn't consider the character development in Final Fantasy 13 overall to be good. It's just, it's there, but it's not as good as like Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, or 9 for that matter.
Take this. Watch out. Shot one. My ult's ready.
Stealing sight.
Coming through. I'm out of here.
Last player standing.
There we go.
Oh man, why were they both looking right there? I wasted my ult for that crap too. So rough.
Give me a moment. I need to set back up.
Well, let's just do another mid push.
Look at our Cypher. Dude's a fucking menace.
Wait, you guys go Art to A. Phoenix, you wanna come with me, man?
Yeah, I'll scan art.
Don't hold back.
Lightning, I can't believe she just made the solo main character. I agree. You know who I would have been fine having a solo main character title like she did? Would have been Leon from 8.
Dug out, dug out.
I've only got a classic.
Take this. My ult's not ready.
I can play for ult.
Enemy down.
Link.
Gun here.
Planted the spike. My ultimate is ready. Many enemies A.
Watch out.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh man.
I hit him for 150.
Yeah, like I feel like Squall out of any MC or who was supposed to be your MC character has the highest potential for solo games, and they just dropped it. But they're also not great with sequel games anyway. 10-2 was a bust. 13-2 was better than 13, but still a bust. 13-3 was garbage. So back to Kingdom Hearts. Talk to me about Kingdom Hearts.
I'll show them. Lintik kayo.
Shadows traveling.
Scanning ahead. There they are.
Going out.
I am the hunter.
This way. Watch out.
Begins.
Bad, gotta go.
Huh. Where's the rest of my team? Why are you on A?
Planted the spike.
Oh, he had Spike. I could have sworn Sova had Spike. That's my fault, actually. What they did to Aqua might be the most disgusting thing I've ever seen done to a character in anything. 13-3 was dress up and pretend to be a game. So I actually haven't played all of Birth by Sleep because I didn't have a PSP when it initially came out. I have it, and I've been working on it, but I don't necessarily know all the details. What exactly you're referring to that they did to her? That's game. And that means we D-rank. Let's go.
Defenders win.
NC, yeah. It's been a interesting, like the last two games were interesting. First game wasn't really that rough. Nice. Oh, let's look at our store. This is still there. Oh, we got Protocol Bulldog. That's not bad. I'm not buying any of these.
Match found.
It's on Birth by Sleep. The game, that game makes her badass. Yeah, I really like her playstyle. But Kingdom Hearts 3, she's more of a danceable than Kyrie. Yeah, you're not wrong. Kingdom Hearts 3 did do her dirty. Damn, just joining right now and see big fat L in my face. Listen, man, we're trying. We are actively trying, is all I can say. This will probably be the last Valorant game that we'll have time for tonight, unless they surrender or we surrender. Tried sniping me? Get out of here, man. Rude as hell. I guess that means you're not playing on Split right now, huh? Maybe. If there's a Sova on the enemy team, I know it's gonna be you. If you play KH3, you literally have a fight as her that you must win, but then they play a cutscene when you do that implies you never fought and immediately lose and need to be saved. Yeah, when they bring Terra back in, right? I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 since like the week it came out, so I'm a little foggy on the details. Which should say a lot about the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 was not as good as Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1. Or Birth by Sleep, at least based on my experience so far. Nah, Icebox. Damn, nice try. This will be the last game of this night too, so no sniping for you tonight, bud. Yeah, it's the second time they do it. Damn. Yeah, like I don't remember much about Kingdom Hearts 3, if we're being totally honest. Because it really wasn't that memorable. I haven't even gone back to play the Remind DLC yet. I should, but it's like one of those things where like, do I want to put myself through Kingdom Hearts 3 again just to play the DLC?
What did you say?
The most memorable thing that happened, and they literally took it away from you and made it less memorable, was when everyone fucking died. That was the most memorable part of that game. And the only reason why it was memorable is because Sora's gut-wrenching scream was so fucking good that it lives rent-free in my brain all the time. That scream is one of the best screams in video game history. Everything else about the game, I don't remember. I remember Toy Story. I remember going to the Toy Story world. Don't remember what we did there, but I do remember going. And like, I remember the Keyblades. They were really good. I liked the Keyblades, and I didn't mind the combat system. The story just sucked.
Spike down B.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. There we go. Up squad. Reloading. Watch out. Enemy spotted. Get wrecked. Reloading. Watch out.
Enemy remaining.
I'm out of here.
It's the last of them.
Nice round, guys. They pulled Goofy and 2 on crack. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong.
You're up. Stay safe.
We're going back in.
Basically, 3 is bad guys pretending they are doing stuff until you're done with Disney stuff, then it's a boss rush to the finish. Absolutely. My biggest complaint, forget all the like dumb tropes that happened with primarily the female characters, just so we're clear. Because Kyrie, even though she wasn't as much of a damsel in distress, still was, and so is Aqua, and Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy typically do horrible jobs of writing in female characters. The pacing was fucking garbage. Disney versus DreamWorks. Are you asking? Because the answer is DreamWorks. And I'll tell you the reason why it's DreamWorks. Because Shrek exists.
Last player standing.
Also love people think Kingdom Hearts is hard to explain. It's not hard to explain. I think it gets confusing if you didn't play all the games.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
The answer is both, but you have to pick one. Big green guy. I like big green guy. Big green guy makes me big green happy.
Turret out.
SCP or backrooms? I'm familiar with what backrooms is. What is SCP? Oh, I'm gonna die. Damn.
Got one.
Get out of here.
Not hardly anything happens in any of them. Most moments are just dragged out. Fair enough. Like, when I think about Chain of Memories, for example, that story could have been told in, like, 10 minutes, probably. I don't know what Secure, Contain, Protect is, or SCP-173 or 049. I have no idea what those things are, so I'm just gonna say backrooms. Fortnite or COD? Probably COD. Fortnite without the building mechanic would be a hard contest between the two. I don't like the building mechanic in Fortnite. I find it to be very, while I think it was a unique idea, I think it's just a nuisance now. Neither is also an answer because I don't play either one of them and have no desire. The only reason I'd ever pick up a COD game again is to play zombies.
Kick them when they're down.
And I'd have to know in advance that the zombies was actually going to be worth playing.
Go, go, go.
COD or Valorant? Valorant. All day long. I don't even love Valorant overall.
Let's flush them out.
If I had to pick DreamWorks for dragons, ooh, I forgot How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, all those movies are so fucking good.
Go get him. Satchel. My ult's ready. Watch out. I'm out of here.
Precision kill. My ult's ready. Here comes the party.
Gotta go.
Are they leaving?
Go, go, go.
These fuckers are
One
leaving.
enemy remaining. Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Surely they kill him, right?
Who's next?
You're the last live stream before I kill myself. Congrats, I think. Teresa, I hope that you're not serious. I'm not really sure how to deal with that right now.
Somewhere in mid. Here B.
Do you want to talk about it if you are serious? Third just has a weird message at the end because they wanted to end it how the books ended. Right.
Spike planted. Go, go, go.
Teresa, if you need to talk, I am a good listener.
Sky, if your pet's
I'm
fine,
not
don't
a good
tell
advice
me.
giver, though,
I
so
don't speak
just
wolf
don't
or
ask for that.
tiger, whatever.
Final Fantasy or Dead Space? Final Fantasy is simply because Final Fantasy 14 exists. I've got like 1,500 hours in that game, and it's still piling up pretty quickly. I love Dead Space, though. I love horror games in general. I would love it if they came out with a new Silent Hill game that was worth the fuck. Ah,
At least 3B.
Enemy spotted mid. Seek them out. You were a mistake. Enough.
Spike down B.
I got one mid.
Spike spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
brother passed right after that. My sister's newborn collapsed. My girlfriend left because I was whining. She said my father lost his car, all his money, and is in mass debt. Mom cries every night, and I barely talk to people. That is a lot to unpackage, assuming that you're being honest about that, and this isn't just a troll. But I'm gonna play on the safe side here and say that you're being honest. The reality is that shit can't get much worse, right? So that means it's only uphill from here. Or actually, that's a terrible phrase. It should be downhill because going downhill is easier, right? But here's the thing, it can never get better if you're not there to watch it get better. And I heard from a person I considered to be very wise that behind all adversity is a seed of equal or greater benefit.
Almost out.
One enemy remaining.
I was gonna get that sage, damn it. Final Fantasy or Silent Hill? Final Fantasy. I like Silent Hill, but Final Fantasy 14 still exists and is probably my favorite game to have ever come out. Playing B.
Spike planted.
Enemy's cover going out. The spike is diffused.
Healing over here.
OMG finger guns are real.
I'm no doctor, but I can patch a bullet hole or two.
Let me know if you need healing.
Nah, I saw him start walking that way. I just tracked him. There are often community outreach programs and helplines that can make a world of difference. You can Google ones in your local area and get the help you need.
I'll show them.
I agree with what Peacemaker said, if you're still in here, Teresa. I am not an expert in anything regarding anything, actually.
There's at least 2B.
I do know what it's like to go through depression and suicidal thoughts, though, and I'm going to tell you right now, it always gets better. Damn it. Final Fantasy or Valorant? Final Fantasy, by far. Sorry, I was thinking about something else.
Spike planted.
Teresa, I'm not sure what you ended up saying that made the bot not like you, but if you want to try again, I'd be glad to know what you had to say. But yeah, Final Fantasy over Valorant all day long. I was actually talking earlier that if I ever find a halfway decent raid group, I will be streaming some Final Fantasy 14 content as well. I'm a little particular about who I raid with, though, so I don't know when that'll end up happening.
You say something? Sorry, ear's still ringing. I'm out of here.
Final Fantasy wins. Final Fantasy, for all of the flaws that the series has throughout, it's pretty good. Like, even the games outside of Final Fantasy 14. I struggle to find a series that I thoroughly enjoy more.
Let's go.
But mostly because I like high fantasy games, and that scratches my itch. It's also why I play Dungeons and Dragons, is because I can be and do whatever I want.
Reloading.
Spike down A.
Please move. Ah.
One enemy remaining.
Can't aim.
Reloading.
Would I play a D&D online game kind of like Hanwha? Hanwha intimidates me because of just the scope of it, to be honest. I typically prefer,
Listen up.
like,
Kill them before they kill us.
I wouldn't even say smaller groups, but like a group of 4 to 7 people is a good size for me. And a group that meets like once a week and I can interact with once a week. And I have played D&D online before. In fact, Peacemaker was one of the players in that game. And we played for almost 2 years. We used to play on Roll20.
Find the weak point and break it.
And to this day, that was probably the best D&D game I've been in. I've been in several since then. He is the person who taught me, not even like intentionally, but basically how to be a bard, and why my current bard is the character that all the enemies are pissed off at constantly.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
So what's it 30?
Shadows traveling.
So Sova absolutely comes this way.
$30 seconds left.
So yeah, Dragons is great. Just funny how 1 and 2 is about how we can live with people different than us, and 3 is like, nah, we can't bet. We can't. Best to give them a segregated part of the world for themselves. Yeah, we got away from the point like super quick, right? Yep, 'twas a blast. Yeah, it was. The game was awesome, but it's like a 3D game. I would love an online Dungeons and Dragons 3D game. I would love that shit. I know there's several developers who are trying right now, especially using VR, but it's such a struggle to get it to the scope it needs to be for Dungeons and Dragons. They can do it for like a tabletop game that has a set rules and only a finite number of things that you can do. Dungeons and Dragons has so much shit that you can do, though.
Who's next?
Oh, like Cyberman Online combined with the Town Village Builder.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Yeah, I mean, I would be somewhat interested in that, I think. I would prefer something that's like true D&D, but like 3D online, right?
Last player standing.
Taught you how to play a bard. No, I taught you how to be a hero. I just happen to be a bard, but glad you're having fun in that role. Oh, dude, I'm having a blast. Although, I've very quickly transitioned from just being a bard to being a bard lock right now with the hexblade feature because I gotta possess spear. And it's still fun. Don't get me wrong. Silvery Barbs is the best spell that's ever been put in D&D by far. It is the funnest spell. It is the biggest fuck you DM spell that exists. Gotta be honest, I think things could have been handled better. Oh, were you Teresa? Was that you, Mango? That's a little fucked up, by the way. If that was you. Oh, that's the most unbalanced. Yes, but it's so balanced in the player's favor that I don't care. Like, that's the thing. As a person who will likely only ever be a player. Ooh, damn, Phoenix. Like, I'm here for it, you know?
Last player standing.
Enemy spotted. B.
Spike planted.
I say it's more unbalanced when you're lower levels, though, because, to be quite honest, like, bards... Well, it really depends on your subclass and if you're multiclassing, but, like, I've got so many things I can use my reaction on that sometimes, like, holding out for the silvery barbs to actually be useful in comparison to just, like, shielding myself or hellish rebuking. Like, it's just not worth it sometimes at these higher levels. Pretty much everything past level 5, like, the use has dwindled. But it's real nice every time that the DM rolls an @20, I can be like, try again. Yeah, Option Econ is a pain. Yeah, I've got way too many things I can do with my bonus action. I feel like I never throw out Inspiration anymore.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Healing over here.
I will say probably my favorite spell, even though like I don't get to use it as frequently as I'd like, at least in the Curse of Strahd campaign that we're doing, is Gift of Gab. I love Gift of Gab. Such a good spell.
Heal up, squad. Hawk out.
Hawk out.
Flawless.
Let me go.
Haha, nah, Broad Pixar didn't happen. Yeah, it's very fun. I just like having the ability to push the envelope of like me asking NPCs questions and not having to reap any of the consequences from it. Heard I got a book and then lost it right away. Yeah. We also got a talisman and also lost it right away. My character's flaw is that he's arrogant and overconfident and isn't afraid to show it.
Reloading.
So he will talk about any advantage that he has over the enemy.
I suggest we keep winning.
He is a detective, so he is level-headed, but he takes that as a sign of having an advantage.
Down.
Two there. Spike down B.
This way. Go, go.
Coming at me.
Healing over here.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Last player
I couldn't
standing.
pick up the ghost. God damn it. I'm gonna make the NPCs in the game have a chat bot embedded. That'd be cool. Horseman better to be a character than an Omni player. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, don't be wrong. Like, I think, especially now, my character understands like the risks of Strahd and that arrogance and how it can come back to bite him. But like at the time, this was their real first encounter with Strahd. What better time for him to be an arrogant prick to see how the boundaries that Strahd has put in place, how thick they actually are. How bad is this guy actually? How big of a threat is he? How much does he actually perceive? What does he actually know? What is his real hold over this land? Like, the best way to figure that out is to piss him off, right?
Go, go, go. Enemy spotted A. Shortcut.
Oh, fuck. Damn, 3-piece from Phoenix. I think it'd be cool if you could make the chat bot, though. Kiwi. I feel like that's the biggest thing that is missing from a lot of roleplay games is like less variety in chatting with the NPCs. And obviously that's because they don't have a means of implementing infinite. No, it's not that they don't have the means, it's that they can't do it and make a consistent game by putting infinite inputs and outputs for NPCs. But if you don't have a game that's meant to have a one direction that you're supposed to take, it doesn't matter. And D&D offers that. For sure, yeah. I love my character. I'm excited for my next character, though, since we're already planning for our next campaign.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Which I don't mind talking to you separately. I won't talk about it on stream, but he is also very complex. Yeah, I'm back to Forever DM. It was fun. It was a fun couple of years. Yeah, I get it, man. Some people, like some players, just don't like DMing. Like I was willing to try it, and it was fine for a little while, but I like being a player, man. I like being a part of the story versus designing the story.
My creatures, it's a good thing, all right. We'll figure out what they do eventually. Go, go, go.
The one time I could see myself jumping back into the DM chair for any reason is if I was like dead set on getting that Legend of Dragoon campaign up and running. But like there's a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and the plate just continues getting bigger, and I'm not gonna put DMing another campaign on that plate.
Here, my ultimate is ready. Gotta go.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Found one.
I couldn't see. Man, I was so excited for them. I'll have to play those games or watch them now. I was really excited to do it, and wouldn't you know it, like the promotion that I got that took me away from it, I wasn't even gonna be in that position for a year before, you know, my wife started travel nursing and I didn't have to worry about it anymore. Like,
Anyone have any splints? I may have jammed my fingers.
sometimes just the way that things work out. I think I would have enjoyed it more IRL. I can already tell, like, doing DMing on Roll20 was not going to be... I was not going to enjoy it. You should go watch a gameplay of Legend of Dragoon. With or without commentary, I think you'll enjoy it. The localization team kind of sucked. So, like, some of the text doesn't really make sense, but like if you can piece it together yourself, it's fine.
Reloading.
has some of the best gameplay out of any RPG, in my opinion.
The hunt begins. Annihilated. My ultimate is ready.
This. One enemy remaining.
Heaven.
You had it coming.
You can trust my bots. They only malfunctioned that one time, and honestly.
Yep, life, man. Sometimes you have a message in a great world, and then life says to make another message that disowns your original story. Yeah. To me, like, the whole concept of the game itself would cater so well to a homebrew D&D world, especially like if you wanted one where your players are super powerful, which is something I'm a big fan of. Because as the DM, you can always make encounters harder, but players can't force their own power. Like, even if they take the most optimized spells and everything, they can only be so powerful. Unless you as a DM give them tools to exceed that.
I'm out of here. We're good. Here we go. Shot.
Oh no. Oh, that was so unlucky.
One enemy remaining.
Think.
I was looking for my cell phone.
My advice: don't get shot.
Let's say I thought I heard it go off. My wife was texting me. Although, sure, I wasn't powerful enough. I bet our DM would agree I needed more power. Here's the thing: if he thought you were too powerful, he can put stuff in to counter you. Like, you know, we've had the conversation before. Not gonna say it wouldn't have been a pain in the ass to counter you, but like if you were the biggest concern, yeah.
Time to hunt. I'm out of here. They can coming through. Gotta go. Hawk out.
Joke's over. You're dead.
One enemy remaining.
Shadows.
Hawk out. Blinded. I'm out of here.
Let's not get hit by the spike. I see you laughing over there. Oh man, like I think there are so many profound ways to deal with your problem players that, like, at the end of the day, don't have to be totally unfun. I had multiple combos behind the DM screen of giving pointers on how to deal with me and coming to an understanding that I had to cool my jets to not overdo it. Yeah, like, it's hard to deal with a person who understands the greatest power of all is changing the win condition. And that's the thing, like, you want your players to be forced to change the win condition. That's how you have more compelling combat. Like, I just started watching campaign 1 of Critical Role again, because I started it and then swapped to campaign 2 and jumped to campaign 3, and I haven't finished it, but I'm starting from scratch again. And the scene where Grog's intelligence gets dropped down to 0 and he becomes incapacitated, such a profound way of making characters rethink their course of action. Very simple, very easily done. Did not damage the player permanently, did not kill them, did not make it an unfun experience for everyone. but it made them change the way they approached the problem that they had. That's sometimes the best thing you can do. If you incapacitate the Bard, who we know is probably the strongest asset on the team, we have to change how we approach it. We have to change how we approach combat, how we approach social situations, etc. Like, it's all different. We'll take a win for the last game. Hate that we went down, but we're 5 points from where we started, basically. Peacemaker, if you're interested, I'll show you that party finder system on Final Fantasy real quick before I end the stream. The Bard MVP. Wow, I did change you. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll pull it up. Let me up. All right, give me just a sec. There probably won't be too many postings at, 1 in the morning, but we'll take a look. It won't pull up until after I get logged into the client, so 1 sec. Yeah, like, I always considered your character to have been the strongest amongst us for its abilities alone. Like, my character may have been the strongest from just flat out damage, for example, but damage only takes you so far, and your damage is stopped the moment you're incapacitated, right? You get stunned, petrified, paralyzed, whatever. You can't do damage if you're, unavailable. And my character didn't have ways to counteract those things. Yours did. All right, we'll get loaded in here, and I'll pull it up real quick, and then call it a night. You can see I took a little hiatus. So if you go to the party tab down here, you got this party finder thing now. And this is really cool because you can categorize it by things that you're wanting to do. So, like, if you're just wanting to do standard raids, like Aglia is one of the raids that gives you those item upgrades I was talking about. But they've got other things on here, like this guy's wanting to clear Eden's Savage tier unsynced, meaning that you don't have to sync down to the power level. So if you're over leveled, you'll have an easier time. People are doing that for mounts and stuff. But you can break it down based on what you're trying to do. So like if we're doing current raid content, that'll be under your high-end duty. But what made me unstoppable is how I lifted everyone else up. So if I did go down, focusing me was a mistake, and if he didn't, it was still a mistake as I caused no end of havoc. Yeah, I mean, we saw that in our very last encounter of the campaign, right? So let's say that we're wanting to do the 7th circle. We have a guy here. He's getting clear for his alt. Please know the fight. Not learning. Share. Tank busters. He's talking about a certain strategy for Death's Harvest, which is a mechanic in the fight. Sleepo Purgation, another way of handling a certain mechanic in the fight. Alfar War Harvest, another mechanic in the fight. So like people can list it out. Let me see. Probably won't find any this late at night. This guy's talking about what's this Frenzy Flame prog. Fourfold cleanup. Oh, no, that's fourfold prog. Frenzy Flame was last tier. But yeah, like you get the idea. There are people all the time who will post on here like certain prog groups. They'll do blind prog, blind fresh prog. Like there's all sorts of stuff that comes up. This system alone is what makes raiding without a party even possible. And I love it. I love the system, like this aspect of it. I do not enjoy using Party Finder to progress raid tiers because you never get the same people twice. So a group that has gotten to a certain point together, you jump into a new one, you may not get that far. Because just because it says that, you know, you're trying to clear doesn't mean that everyone in there is actually ready to clear the fight, right? Some people just jump in because it's the only party available. Every MMO needs to copy that? Yeah, absolutely. They really should. Well, they have a guild finder, right? So that you can find guilds that like fit your niche or whatever. But like at the end of the day, those guilds still have the problem where they want the best players for their raid parties, right? This, you can actually predetermine like if you want certain people at a certain item level. So like 620 is where these guys have for their re-clear on the 8th circle. They want it to be an easy clear. They don't want to have to worry about failing the DPS check, right? You know, these guys have it set 615. They're not worried too much about it. Like, it gives you the option to be as inclusive or exclusive in your own postings, and it lets people know ahead of time what the party's trying to accomplish before you go in and start disappointing people, you know? But I think that this gets rid of some of like the idea that every party you join, you're gonna have to have all this stuff to, you know before you go in. Don't get me wrong, like if you jump into this current raid tier, there's gonna be stats posted on probably everyone because of how late we are in, but you will still find a couple of fresh prog groups if that's really what you were after, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to show that to you real quick. It fixes as much as one could. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter what you put into the game. At the very end of the day, the players are the ones who are responsible for the health of anything that's added into the game. So, but just something to keep in mind. Obviously, if you and Chris were to jump back in, you've got a lot of stuff to do before you have to worry about doing modern content. But just to alleviate some of the concern about what the end game would look like. And like, I do in-game content all the time by myself, and it's fine. Doing it with the group's probably better. But it's one of those things where, again, it's an MMO. It's meant to cater to all sorts of different people, right? And I like the fact that you do not have to have a preset group to do stuff. They have that party finder system there in place for people like myself who can't find a static, who wants to play consistently and on the hours I want to play on. It makes a world of difference. I hate that word, in-game shouldn't be in an ever-progressing game. I think the reason why it's become such a like nuanced phrase within a live service or MMO setting is, quite frankly, because we know that like this is the end of the current game. It doesn't make any sense when we know that more shit's coming out, right? But that's just, it's how everyone calls it, and I don't think it's ever going to change, you know? I think it's just a way for people to categorize shit. Because it's not like a regular RPG where you can be like, oh yeah, the post-game. There is no post-game because the game never ends. And if the game never ends, there's also not an end-game. But end-game sounds better than post-game. It was the standard for a period, yeah, for sure. And it'll be the standard for a while. The community just doesn't understand what they have. Yeah, absolutely. Like, the reality is, will the game end eventually? Yes. Like, every game does at some point. I think it's just a poor way to categorize it. I've heard some people, and maybe it's like this idea to change how we look at it, are talking about just doing like high-end rating instead of calling it in-game. And the thing is that Square Enix has categorized it, like even if you were to go into Duty Finder, if you wanted to do the current Savage tier, you can't go here to do it. You literally have to click on something that says high end. And here we are, right? So, I mean, it's an easy way to rephrase. People just, and myself included, just don't make that change. But I am 13 minutes over stream. Just a reminder, we'll be doing Hogwarts Legacy at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard on the 7th instead of midnight because of how stupidly they're handling the PC release. But we will still do a 24-hour stream. We'll just start at that time. There will not be a stream on Monday so that I can get plenty of sleep for the 24-hour stream. And we will play Hogwarts Legacy that entire time. We'll have a couple breaks in between, all that fun stuff. But have a good night, everyone. Catch you all on Tuesday. Have a good rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching.